So let's talk a minute about fixed income and specifically bonds. Those investments or those bonds that are typically supposed to provide stability in our accounts, predictability, maybe be more reliable in a lot of situations than stocks as far as volatility or lack of volatility goes, and dependability. But over the last year and a half, almost 2 years, we've seen the opposite. And this happens every decade or two, where some event like this one, where the Fed raises rates significantly, catches the markets off guard, catches market participants off guard, we have bad years in bonds. Now, this past year in 2022 was one of the worst years in the last 5 decades that we've had in bonds. And real quickly, why is that? The Fed raised rates far faster, far more than we thought, and that causes the bonds on paper, on our statements, to show less value. Now, it doesn't really affect the interest rate payment we're getting or holding that bond till it comes due someday and getting our money back. It doesn't typically affect that, but it does affect the paper value. We could be, and time will tell, and the timing won't be perfect, but we could be in one of the best opportunities to be buying bonds in several decades. That is because if the Fed is slowing or nearing the end of a rate hike regime, basically when interest rates in the current market, short-term demand, when interest rates start to go down, a lot of times the value of the bonds on paper are going up in price, as opposed to what's happened the last couple of years. Interest rates shooting up dramatically brings the value on paper on our statements of bonds down. Also working in our favor as fixed income or bond holders is the fact that as our bonds come due and they renew at new rates, then you're going to see maybe your 1% and 2% bonds that you've held for years. All of a sudden, maybe we renew those, or a manager renews those at 3, 4, 5, 6%, which also aids in the long-term return and value of those bonds. So even though bonds the last couple of years have felt like they've been dead on arrival, there could be great value in your bond portfolio that you're holding and any bonds that you're adding to your portfolio or that managers that we have hired are adding to the portfolio.